The purpose of today's talk is to share the knowledge of my 25 years of experience as a tantric bodyworker. I will explain the cause and hidden physical and emotional problems in our body. I will show you how to transform the negative body into a positive body quite easily. I will show you the pathway to healing using sexual energy or chi energy. I will also talk about the options that you have to heal your body and the mind. I will answer the questions at the end. Now, having worked as a tantric healer for the last 25 years, I had a calling. I started Tantric Journey School of Healing and Awakening in 2016 because I want to share the knowledge that I have. I wrote a book called Emotional Detox through bodywork. This book is used as a vehicle to introduce my pioneering work because it's extremely difficult to explain my work, so I had to put it in a book. This book will explain the science behind Tantra and Taoism. It will explain the features and the benefits of emotional detox through Tantric Tao bodywork. Book is backed up with current research and findings. And also it has a lot of case studies of my real clients but using different names, and also testimonials from my clients. And also I will recommend you a list of further readings. I have given talks and workshops all over the world at yoga centers, yoga workshops and Tantra festivals to teach Tantra, Taoism, deep bodywork, cobra breath, 16 different massage modalities that I have learned, Tantric yoga and Kundalini meditation. I have trained hundreds of Tantric journey therapists all over the world who are successfully working as Tantra therapists in different parts of the world. I have treated over 3,500 female clients over the last 25 years. They come from all nationalities, race, religions, culture, from US, UK, Europe, Australia, Asia to Middle East. Leading all types of careers from lawyers, gynecologists, medical doctors, psychiatrists to massage therapists I have treated. Educated professionals from PhD degrees to those who do not have any formal qualifications. Married people, separated, single parents, singles, divorced and widows. Sex workers, lap dancers, escort girls, models and beauty therapists, beauty queens, heterosexuals, bisexuals, lesbians, tantric healers and spiritual women, able and disabled, royalty, aristocrats. The age range from 21 to 80 years, singers, musicians, dancers, celebrities and actresses from Hollywood. List is so long, it's unbelievable. All these people have got problems. Having worked over 2 decades, my work had to overcome many resistance. It wasn't an easy journey. 25 years of very hard struggle. Resistance from most authorities, media, religious and cultural sectors due to lack of understanding of emotional release work to heal the past wounds. Mainstream beliefs only of talking therapies, pharmaceuticals and surgery as the only option for healing. That is their belief. And also lack of understanding of ancient sacred healing work that was done for thousands of years due to ignorance, prejudice, sexism and projections. Also, a lot of people believe sexual area is not part of our body. But trust me, It is made of the same flesh, blood, nerves, ligaments, tendons. It is part of our body. What are the problems women, men and couples have in our society? Main reason women seek treatments: loss of interest in sex. When I ask them, why do you lose interest in sex? Men are always interested in sex. Women say, the reason is it's difficult for me to experience an orgasm same as my partner. My partner always have an orgasm, but I can't. Now when I ask them, why is that you can't have an orgasm just like a man? Because women are called sexy. Sexy means you're an orgasmic being. In Sanskrit, people call them Shakti, which is a sexual being. So if you are such a sexual being, how come you can't have an orgasm better than a man? So what women say is, intercourse is painful. So if the intercourse is painful, if they cannot have orgasm because of that, then of course they lose interest. These are the three key main problems that relationships have. Now, when people say that intercourse is painful, they could blame the man is not a good lover. But I have had clients whose partners are very soft, supportive, kind, and they will basically do anything to help their partner. Even in those relationships, when they have sex, women feel sex is painful. So I discovered there could be a different reason for this sex to be painful. And I discovered it is the emotions that are stored in the Yoni, which is the Sanskrit word for the vagina. When it holds emotions in the Yoni, when you have penetrative sex and you feel pain because emotions manifest into physical pain, this is a problem. So I'll talk about it as we go along later. And another reason why women are looking for a treatment is because they have read in the internet now how beautiful this experience of Amrita, which is the female ejaculation, the benefits that they can have, how they can experience ecstasy without any substances. And a lot of women, they don't even know how to experience Amrita. So they come for sessions to learn to release Amrita. I'll talk about this later on. Also, 15% of the women suffer from a condition called vaginism. Vaginism is involuntary muscle contractions in the yoni, where the yoni is completely shut down, stitched, so there is no hole there even to wear a temple. So they cannot have love, they cannot make love, they cannot have sex. They fall in love with a partner, but they cannot have sex. And their heart breaks because sometimes the man will leave, or I've had couples who've been there together for 7 years, 12 years, but they've never had sex. They've been together because they love each other. 2-3 sessions, the yoni opens, they release Amrita, and they can continue a normal life. They can have children. And also, women suffer emotionally, stress, body aches, insomnia, all these problems they suffer. Women fear of sex. They fear because something has happened in a negative way in the past. So now they fear. They don't want to feel the same pain. Women fear intimacy because maybe when they were children, they experienced something negative with intimacy. So they fear intimacy now as an adult. They fear love because probably the father that they loved did something wrong to them, or they left. And now they fear to love a masculine. Or the first boyfriend broke her heart, or the husband left her. All these things women fear to open their heart for love. Women have another big problem. They are unable to trust men because the trust has been taken away at very early stage of their life. So now they cannot trust men. When they can't trust men, they find it difficult to find a partner. And even if they find a partner, they find it difficult to keep the partner. They always go for one night stands and they feel empty next morning. Also, women are unhappy with their body parts. They don't like their breasts, they don't like their lips, they don't like their legs, they don't like their tummy, they don't like their buttocks. Different part of the body they don't like, so they remove those body parts and put new body parts thinking that will make them happy. Unfortunately, that doesn't. I will talk about why they are unhappy with their body later on. Also, women get addicted to many different things: drugs, alcohol, smoking, vibrators, porn. They cannot live without these things. And also, women feel insecure. They lack confidence. They feel shame. So these are some of the small problems that women have, and they seek treatments for these problems that they have. Now let's have a look at the problems that men have. One of the biggest problems a man can have, erectile dysfunction. When a man loses the erection in front of a woman, he feels very nervous. And the second problem is premature ejaculation. Because with the premature ejaculation, when a man cannot satisfy a woman, he feels really bad about it. These are the two biggest problems men have in the society. But these two problems are not physical problems. They are due to emotional problems. With tantric journey work, when the emotions are removed, they will have the erection. They will learn how to separate the orgasm and the ejaculation, to be able to be an amazing lover. Next problem is a lot of men are not sexually experienced, so they go to a tantric therapist to learn how to make love. Because they have never been taught in the school how to make love. They've only been taught how dangerous the sex is, how to be careful of having sex. They never taught how to make love, how to respect a woman, how to look at a woman, how to take care of a woman when you're making love. So if they haven't taught, how do they know? Also, 15% of the male population suffer with inhibited ejaculation. These men find it difficult when they make love to ejaculate or to orgasm. They come to the point of no return and they lose it. And they get very frustrated because they can't complete that orgasmic cycle. And also men get addicted to porn, sex, computer games, and many other addictions because they want to suppress the emotions that they are feeling. Also, men develop into many perversion things. They do the things that Tantra has never written in the history books. They do many different things to get excited. They also seek love and intimacy. The love and intimacy they never receive in their childhood. They were never been hugged, cuddled, loved, touched appropriately, or even given breastfed. So they are now looking for breast. When they see a woman with a little bit of low-cut breast, they go crazy because they are looking for milk that they never had in their childhood. Men fear intimacy because they never experience healthy intimacy. They fear love because they were not given enough love, or the first girlfriend broke his heart, or the first wife left him or cheated, broke his heart. So he can never open his heart again the same way as he did for the first love. So men fear love. Because of that, men fear commitment. They like to stay single for the rest of their life. They're scared of getting married, having children, having a happy home, having a beautiful wife. They fear of having to look after the wife and the children for the rest of his life, working hard. He doesn't want to do that. Now let's have a look at the problems the couples have, why couples seek treatments. The biggest problems couples have: feeling insecure and loss of trust. They cannot trust each other. That's one of the biggest problems they have. They feel jealous. If the man looks at the woman looks at the man, they feel jealous. Jealous because of their own insecurities. Lack of sex. When they first met, they used to have 2-3 times a day sex. After a few months, once a week. After a few years, once a month. After a few years, once in 6 months, and they start sleeping in separate rooms or separate beds. Lack of intimacy. Intimacy, love and connection are the ingredients to keep a relationship together. So as you go on in the relationship after 7 years and a little bit longer, the fire goes down. It doesn't have to. If you practice Tantra, the fire will stay up all the time until you die. But the fire goes down, the connection grows, as love goes, sex goes, intimacy goes, and the relationship starts breaking down. One of the biggest problems couples have is lack of communication, communicating their truth, explaining their problems to each other. Because if you speak about the problem, you can always find a solution. Otherwise, you don't even call it a problem. Every problem has a solution. But lack of communication stops that, finding a solution. And also, a lot of men don't understand women's hormonal changes, emotional changes due to menopause, after childbirth, after surgery and medication, or due to aging. Women change, hormones change. So sometimes men don't understand, and then men leave that woman and the children and find another woman, and they repeat that because the same problem happens again. So it's very important through tantric work to understand masculine and feminine, and to put the fire back into your relationship and to live happily until you die. Now let's have a look at some statistics. 100 years ago, people who got married stayed in the marriage looking after their children and grandchildren until they died. This is a fact in the UK and also all over the world. But today, after 100 years, statistics shows in England, in the UK alone, 50% of the people, they get divorced after they marry. So if you have a look at another 10 to 20 years time, what will happen to this graph? All the people who get married will get divorced, 100%. Marriage will not be fashionable, it will be just living together. And also the other statistics are orgasmic gap between the man and the woman today. 95% of the men can have an orgasm when they make love, but only 57% of the women can have an orgasm. Even this could be an exaggeration. And also statistics shows 67% of the women, they fake their orgasm. And when we ask them why do they fake their orgasm, half of those people say, because nothing is going to happen to me, so I'm going to fake and go to sleep. And the other half says, because I love my partner, I want to make him happy. And they fake the orgasm for those reasons. So basically, relationships are living a lie. They're not living in their truth. And also the other statistics are men suffering with erectile dysfunction. As you can see, when they age, they lose their erection. With tantric practices, you will never lose your erection. You will have your erection till you die. In fact, you will die while you are making love. And also, men suffering with premature ejaculation is quite high. 10 to 30% of the people, men, they suffer with premature ejaculation. And they are suffering so much, their relationships are suffering, and women are suffering, and there is nothing they know what to do. But if you learn Tantra, you will learn how to separate the orgasm and the ejaculation to be an amazing lover. Now, Let's have a look at some of the possible stress symptoms due to energy blocks. I'll leave this slide for a few moments for you to read through. Some of these problems, either you have it already or you had it in the past, or you may know friends and relatives or loved ones who have these problems. Now, these problems that you see, they are not physical problems. They're due to emotional problems, manifest into physical problems. So if you remove the emotions that is attached to these symptoms go away. So it's really worthwhile listening to this video till the end to really understand how to eliminate these blocks that you have in your body. Let's have a look at the cause. The cause is due to physical and emotional toxins in your body. Let's have a look at the science behind emotional detox bodywork. A study conducted at the Royal Free Hospital and School of Medicine in London, they explain our body's acidic alkaline balance is the key component to overall good health. And also they explain raising your pH level to an alkaline state increases the immune system ability to kill bacteria, viruses and other parasites. So this comes from research. And also a quote from Nobel Prize winner Dr. Otto Warburg. He explains most of the viral bacteria illnesses are connected to an imbalance in the body's pH as an over-acidic condition. Diseased bodies are acidic bodies which repel oxygen and attract disease-causing microorganisms. And also he explains an alkaline body can absorb up to 20 times more oxygen than an acidic body. He finally explains body pH is the key indicator of balance within the body's internal fluids, including blood, urine, saliva, and the fluids between as well as inside the cell. So this is just pure science that explains. Keeping our pH slightly in the alkaline range between 6.8 to 7.2 can reduce the risk of virus, bacteria infections without any external substances. This is pure science. Now I like to explain to you what makes our body acidic and toxic. If you look at this cell, the blue little dots are inside the cell. Toxicity developed due to what we eat, what we drink, what we breathe, and stresses in life and also lifestyle. This is just pure biology. It explains in science that eating, drinking, breathing, stresses in life can put toxicity inside the cell, which you see as blue little buttons. Now what a lot of people don't understand is the next reason why the body makes acidic. This is not really explained very clearly. Toxic due to our past, sexual hurt, physical hurt, psychological hurt, negative events that has taken in our life, belief system due to culture, religion and upbringing. These things create a toxicity outside our cell, as you can see in this diagram. You can develop sadness, anger, rage, fear, guilt, and so forth. So we have now two types of toxics in our cell. Inside the cell is physical toxics and outside the cell, emotional toxics. These two toxins together create our cell environment and the body environment into an acidic environment, which helps bacteria, viruses, including cancer, to grow in these areas. It's Dr. Candid Perth, the pioneer scientist, author of Molecules of Emotions, explains why you feel the way you feel. Her research explains outside the cell we have cell receptors, and these receptors get attached to emotions, which she called neuropeptides, and each neuropeptide carries a unique molecules of emotion. So outside the cell you could have happiness, fear, anger, shame, guilt, sadness, mistrust, all these different emotions. Dr. Perth identified 80 neuropeptides in 1987, and she estimated one day we will discover 300 neuropeptides. And some of the happy peptides are endorphins, some of the stress peptides are cortisol. The negative events that we experience in our life is stored as negative molecules of emotions in the cell, as you can see, and as per her research. Now let's have a look at how the negative mind and the body, negative body connection. So we look at the negative body and the mind connection. Let's see, if a person is sad, full of sadness due to whatever the life that they experienced in the past, this person's body, every cell is sad, and this sad body will send a continuous message to the brain asking for sad events, sad situations, sad relationships, sad homes, sad jobs, sad health, sad wealth, continuously. And the body, the mind, formulate to put this person to feed the hunger in these places where this person will experience sadness. So this person will have sad relationships, sad jobs, sad health, sad wealth, sad jobs, sad career, everything sad. So the mind, the body is asking the mind to give this, and the mind gives the body what the body needs. So this person, as a result, will stay negative for the rest of their life. No matter what people tell them to change, to be a positive person, will not do it, because there's a strong body and mind connection. Similarly, the positive body and the mind communicates this way. A person who is happy got lots of happiness, trust, love, pleasure, peace and tranquility in every cell in their body. And this body will send continuous messages to the mind. Give me happiness, give me good relationships, good wealth, good health, good happiness, good jobs, good homes. And the mind will then formulate and put this person into positive, happy places throughout their life. So the happy, positive person will never be influenced to be a sad person. And the result is, this person will stay positive for the rest of their life and being happy and ecstatic. Now, outcome of the body-mind connection, the negative minds will always see a disaster in every opportunity. And the positive mind will always see an opportunity in every disaster. You probably have seen your friends and relatives and so forth, many people in this situation, they are trapped. Now the question is, how do we transform a negative body into a positive body? This is the question. The answer is by dispersing the physical and emotional toxics from the body. Now I will explain to you how this happens. Imagine our body energy pathway is like a motorway. In this motorway, one side of the motorway vehicles are moving fast because there is no traffic jams. The pathway is clear. And on the other side, you can see traffic are stagnant. Traffic is not moving. So, vehicles are not moving on that side. Now let's find out. Traffic jams are caused due to accidents, roadworks, roadblocks. So, traffic gets stagnant. The same way, our body energy pathways become blocked due to negative, stagnant emotions as a result of past negative events that has happened in our life. So, if you compare our body energy pathways, work exactly like a motorway. Once the traffic jams are removed, the motorway vehicles move freely. When the body energy pathways get blocked, the energy flow to our vital organs also get blocked. Energy gets reduced. So our vital organs don't function properly. According to the ancient Chinese medicine, they explain very clearly, when the meridian lines get blocked, you get ill. When the meridian lines get unblocked, you get well. This was practiced for thousands of years. Two components are necessary for optimum health. In science, we know we need blood. This is very well established. Without blood, we can't live. But what a lot of people don't appreciate in science is that we need another component that Chinese and Indians knew this for thousands of years. This is called energy. We need energy. Energy in terms of, there are many names that we use for this energy. We call chi energy, prana, life force, sexual energy. But this is all energy. We need these two components for optimum health. If we blocked blood or energy, we become dysfunctional. Now let's have a look at how do organs get blocked. I will speak about, with my tantric work that I do, mainly the sexual organs, how they get blocked and what happens to us. But what I am telling you relate to every organ, whether it's the heart, lungs, pancreas, doesn't matter, any part of the body, every organ affects exactly the same way. Organs get blocked due to sedimentation of physical toxins as a result of what we eat, drink and breathe. What you see here is a capillary. Capillary is 1/50th of the size of a hair follicle. It's very small. And if this little capillary gets blocked, as you can see, the blood flow gets reduced or blood flow gets stopped. Of course, in the genital area, we've got millions of capillaries going to the sexual organs. But imagine if 5% of the capillaries get blocked like this, then you reduce the blood volume going to the sexual organs. Of course, for a man to have an erection, you need blood. So if these capillaries are blocked, you don't get an erection. Women can't get aroused if you don't have blood or energy. So the main problem that why we get blocked and create all the dysfunctions, most of the dysfunctions is partly because of capillary blocks due to sedimentation. This has been well explained in Chinese medicine for many thousands of years ago. The second problem, how organs get blocked, due to energetical knots and tangles formed as a result of emotional toxin due to stress. Now, what you see here is an image of our body inside. Our body is made 70% of water. So basically we are not solid, we are liquid. If we unzip our skin, we will liquidize. It's only our skin is holding us together. So our body is very fragile, 70% of water. So slightest negative experience that we have, we will form energetical knots and tangles in our body. So what you see here is a knot. Inside the knot, energetical knot, and the tangle inside this encapsulate emotions. So when you touch this part of the body, if you touch with consciousness, you will actually loosen up this knot, just like making any knot loosen up. By just gentle manipulation of the knot, you will burst into crying. The crying comes with the sadness inside the knot. It doesn't come from anywhere else. How did the sadness go into the knot? Because of some experience, negative experience that you experienced in the past. So now these are the two reasons why the body energy and the blood get reduced due to capillary blocks and energetical knots and tangles. Now let's have a look at the genital area. Our pelvic area, for the man and the woman, they both have capillaries, knots and tangles. But the society believes this part of our body does not belong to us. This part of the body does not have stress, doesn't store emotions, doesn't have any tension. Of course, if you have a back tension, you go to a beauty salon and you have a back and neck massage to release the tension. But do you go to a beauty salon to have a Yoni massage? No, you don't. Why not? Is it because that these areas don't hold emotions? No. These areas hold more emotions than any other part of the body because it has never been touched to release emotions from that area. So this place actually have more negative emotions, tension than any other part of the body. And this is the reason that I spent 25 years of my life studying and learning and exploring this area, how to heal our past wounds. I also want to explain the center of the brain is connected to the uterus and the prostate gland. If you see how our brain is connected, our sexual hormones govern the brain hormones, and our brain hormones govern the entire body. So if our sexual hormones are not functioning well, then our body won't function well. So why aren't we putting more emphasis on healing our emotions that are stagnant in our pelvic area? How ignorant do we have to be? Let's start looking at our cellular memory. Our body is like an onion. The time we were born, we were pure. And from the time we were born, we experienced different negative events. And we put layers and layers of emotions throughout our body, like an onion. So to heal ourselves, emotions get stored. We need to understand in myofascial tissues in 3 levels. It stores in our skin, stores in our extrinsic muscles that we can touch, stores in our intrinsic muscles where we can't touch inside the body. All these places store negative imprints. And if you want to become our original source, our purity, our love, our essence, we need to peel like an onion, layer by layer by layer, and then we will get to the source of ourselves. What you see from the outside, you will see your friends, your relatives, your work colleagues, well dressed, and they have a nice home, yacht, holidays, 2 cars. They look very happy and normal. But the reality is, what you see is an illusion. The reality is, when you take the mask off of this happy person, you will see a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, a lot of rage. If you walk around in the city of London, New York or Tokyo, wherever, if you can really see the people beyond this illusion, you will see people are dying, they are bleeding, their necks are cut off, legs are cut off. They are like in the emergency ward, but you don't see that because what you see is an illusion. You can see the inside of a person by looking through a certain camera called PIP, polycontrast interference photography. Now, this is not what you see in the yoga festivals. This is a very expensive camera that was introduced in Russia about 40-50 years ago. This camera can actually look at the energy field of a positive, healthy person and also a negative, unhealthy person. So take a look at a couple of images of the spiritual person's energy is very light energy. And this person's energy is dark energy. So this camera can actually see beyond our illusion who people really are. Now let's have a look at a child. You can also see the light energy in the child, and also the mother holding the child is with dark energy. There's a big contrast there. Now also, let's look at the two images of the spiritual person. As you can see, the positive energy vibrations are the same in the child and the spiritual person. They are both with light energy, very similar. Now, we are all born, this explains, we are all born free and pure with positivity and love, which is the true essence of our being, with light energy. But if we are born with this light energy, what happened to us when we grow up? One person can become negative and dark energy, and one person can become positive with light energy. How does this happen? Why? Let's find out the reasons. How can a person stay positive? They were born with light energy, but this person stays with the light energy because every life experience they lived with no conflict. They completed every life cycle in a spiritual world or in nature with no conflict. And what is the outcome of this person? The outcome, this person lives a positive, healthy, blissful, stress-free, happy life with full of love and joy. Now let's have a look at how can another person can become negative. This person was born light energy, but this person as an adult became dark energy. What happened to this person? This person experienced conflict, and every conflict this person had to adapt to protect from the same conflict happening again. They're not going to get damaged. So when this goes on, every life cycle experience conflict, they keep on adapting themselves to be a different person to other than they were born. Life is a continuous learning process to survive, adapting to every conflict during many life cycles. We were born with positive light energy and we become negative, dark energy because we are adapting ourselves continuously throughout our life. When we keep adapting ourselves, what happens is we put body armoring to protect ourselves from hurt. We also create blocks in different parts of our body to protect ourselves. We also shut down different parts of our body to protect ourselves. And this adaptation, what happens is, information is stored in our body cellular memory in terms of negative emotions. And what happens to us when we grow up? Outcome, we live a negative, unhealthy, dysfunctional, stressful, unhappy life with full of fear, sadness, anger and rage. Now let's have a look at the pathway to illness through past negative events. As I showed you before, you'll agree with me that we are all born positive. There is no question. And also we are all subject to deeply distressing events. And every time when these distress events happen to our life, what happens is very hateful, very painful. How we can live through these negative events is to dissociate and disconnect ourselves from the past as if nothing has happened. We bury them. We put into our unconscious, subconscious memory as if nothing has happened. But by putting the event into the unconscious, subconscious memory, burying them, you may not remember the event, but the emotions as a result of the event get stored in the body cellular memory, making us uncomfortable. So from time to time, we may feel lonely, we feel sad, we feel angry for no reason, we feel shame, we feel guilty. So continuous uncomfortable feeling that we feel because of the stagnant negative emotions in our body, we continuously look for comfort. And what do we do when we look for comfort? We have a multi-billion industry catering to comfort us. We take alcohol. When we take alcohol, we forget about all the discomfort. We feel happy. We take drugs, recreational drugs. We smoke cigarettes. We take antidepressants if we are depressed. This is well accepted in the medical field. If you have pain, pain is a manifestation of emotion, but we take painkillers to kill the pain. We can't sleep because of the emotions are disturbing us. We take sleeping pills. To make us happy, we eat junk food. Multi-billion fast food industry all over the world. We go retail therapy. We buy things that we don't even need because it makes us happy. We gamble to be rich. We never win. We cut our body parts and we put new body parts, thinking that will make us happy. We look into sex and the porn industry to make us happy. Now all these things make us happy momentarily. What happens is the body develops a biochemical chain reaction. Then we become addicted to these external substances that make us happy. These addictions make these industries into a multi-billion industries. Whether it's a drug industry, pharmaceutical industry, fast food industry, porn industry, every industry is a multi-billion industry because they are satisfying our temporary, our discomfort coming through our past negative events. It's comforting us temporarily. None of these industries or the external substances have removed the negative emotions from our body cellular memory. It has only numbed the emotions. So what happens is, to the emotions that are stored in the body cellular memory, it manifests into physical pain. This is the time you feel stomachache, headaches, neck ache, backache, lower backache, tummy aches, because the emotions that are stored in the body manifest into physical pain. Why? Because the body is talking to you, please do something about my emotions that are stagnant in the body. Your external substances are not helping. They are only satisfying for the moment. So now, a lot of the people don't listen to the body communication. If you don't listen to the body communication of your physical pain, when you ignore that, the body next response is to make the body go numb. Then you go to the numb state. From emotional state, you go to physical state. physical state, you go to the numb state. This is the body natural response. When the body goes to the numb state, it's good because you don't feel emotional or physical pain. But the bad thing is you don't feel pleasure, happiness, love, ecstasy either. You are like a walking corpses from that moment onwards. You are totally desensitized. Your body, your yoni, your pelvic, every part of the area. And this is why you wonder why you can't have an orgasm, why you can't feel happy. Now, when the body is in numb state, the next response to the body is to develop illnesses, dysfunctions, tumors, cancer, and so forth. Sometimes irreversible. But our body is so powerful, even at this stage, you can reverse it. How? You have to come out of your denial and you need to get in touch with your numbness. And you need to be prepared to go through some physical pain through this numbness. You need to be prepared to go through some emotional pain. And you need to be able to associate with the past negative events that you have dissociated and disconnected. And once you connect to the past negative events, letting go of the past through forgiveness and love, you let go of the past. And when you let go of the past, your negative emotions disappear from the body cellular memory and you can return to your original source, who you were really born. So this is the pathway to illness through past negative events, and to show you and share with you with my experience how easy it is to heal your body, mind and the spirit.